Good evening everyone, and in tonight's video I'll be teaching you how to make pong with Python. Now I'm just gonna take all this here. I'll be explaining everything that I take from here. Control C, Control V. This is a library, imported as PG. That's just the name that I'll be later use. It's called Pygame. It's a graphics library. It's an import system because you're supposed to when you're closing it. Random for like random movement and random stuff. And for Pygames, local import quit. This is just standard stuff. Got that wrong. Just so you just how you have it. Initialize. I initialize Pygame itself and fonts. You don't need fonts, but what you do. Setup. It's the FPS frames per second of the entire screen to 60 and the window to 500. The screen is 100 by 500 by 500. Caption 10 minutes. Just name that to pong. The clock is I have the clock. This is the set of these variables, the screen width and screen height for later use. These are the different fonts. You can pause the video to like copy it down to make sure you have everything. Then I'll get rid of that. Then I'll explain everything down here. The functions, define drop. Basically making a function, you go def name parentheses colon and screen fill, which will set the screen color, set the color to black, and flip, which is updates. These two are for updating. You put everything you're gonna draw in here. Main, you set the variables here, the new variables. Start pong 1, pong 2, and then this I won't be getting into classes. So let me just pong and then Python Pygame pong and ball 1 square 2. On here is the keys when they get pressed. We're just tracking when the keys get pressed. This is the variable. This is for one-time pressing. This is for multiple pressing. And if event type equals quit, Pygame not quits, it's not quit. If you didn't have this, then it would crash every time you press the quit. You'd have to use Task Manager. Let's just see one press for event. Close window. If I press escape, it'll close window. Clock that tick, FPS. This is what the clock is for. The time keeps going FPS. And then while true. This is the most important one here. Keeps going and going and going and going. This is the main function, which we call down here. This line is just added to make sure it's like actually main, you know. The name is main, then call it. And like this, basically anything in here keeps grouping forever and ever and ever. Pretty nice. Alright. Now I'm gonna just draw this screen. Bingo. You have pong. Okay, let me make sure my screen recorder is working. It's working correctly. It's alright. Let me turn this off. Now let's add the first ball. Pong _ 1. And I'm not going to get into classes. That'll be for another time. Left float. Floats are like 0.5, but you can also put in whole numbers like 2. I'm going to do 50. Top float. This is the up thing, like the up value, y value, sorry. I'm going to do 100. Excuse me, I'm chewing gum. The width, 100. The height is how long it is, starting from the y value. I'm going to do 200. I'm going to shift at the end here, go up, the up arrow, Control C, go down here, and paste it. now I can do this, which is the exact same thing. Do you remember the screen width from before? Just got the screen dot get variables. I'm going to be going screen, which is the name of our window, dot get underscore width with this, and doing that over and over. We instead do screen underscore width, and we just do divide by 2. Divide by 2? No, we don't need divide by 2. We can get the screen width, which at the end of the screen, minus it by 150, because the width is 150, and here it's 50, so it's like the exact same place. Ball with PG dot correct. Here we're going to come back to these, and go screen width divided by 2, and whatever the width of your ball is going to be, it needs to be half of that. So let's go 25. Dot float screen dot height divided by 2 minus 25. Width and then height 50. That's the ball. Move on to score and drawing text later. Now let's put all these in the draw function. Pong 1, pong 2, and ball. Okay, let's copy all this. Scroll back up. Put it in here. Now let's make a new function. Remember the function I told you earlier? Let's make a new one. All new functions that need to be drawn up, you need to go into draw function between them. Let's have the game be matches match underscore functions. Looks fine. It's fine for now. Just do that. Paste it in here. Then we take this. Then we put it above here. Put it above. Okay. That's good. Space. Alright. Now we need to draw these punks. Before, we were just getting the X right, so we were just setting it. We're just making it, putting in the world. Then we put it in the drawing. Then we append it. And we put it in this new function. Now we're drawing it. PG pygame.draw.rect because it's a rectangle. Surface is this screen you set up here. Color is whatever you want it to be, so it's all white. And let's have the rect. The rect is polygon. Okay. Let's just repeat this. We just take this. Now, let's see what we've made here. Okay, they're a little big. Oh, they're a little big. Let's decrease their size. And you need to close after every time you make a new window. Okay. Let's try moving the bongs. If an if statement is equal to true. Parentheses, keys up here. Probably gonna key get pressed. So it's a little weird how they do this, but then you make these square brackets. PG dot K underscore W. You know, I'm just taking the value. Make it right here. Pong underscore vel or speed. Yeah, vel is speed. Let's make it 4. Pong dot 1 dot y, which is the top float value, minus equals, meaning pong dot y would equal less than pong dot vel. Copy this. just the same thing again, but now for S, and now increase. Now let's run that code. Now it's moving up and down, based on 4. Now with variables, they can't go like 0.2. Or sometimes you can, or sometimes folds can, or sometimes they can't. You can increase the speed though. Alright, now let's do for the second pong. Pong 2. To get specific keys like the left key, left arrow, you do up and down. Alright, 2 and 2. Alright, and now you can move both side by side. I think another day I'll do more AI. Another day AI, what do you want AI? Either you want AI where every few seconds it either goes up or down, or you want AI where the ball becomes higher or lower, it moves towards it. And there's no collision. They're all perfect. It's a collision. We add it here inside the round brackets. We do and pong 1.y is greater than 0, which is at the top of our screen, then increase, then decrease, then go up. Same thing over here, except pong.y plus pong.y dot height. Remember, our height's 200. It's less than screen.height. Remember how we set these before? So we're gonna have to use this entire line. So we just use this. That's how we do that. You repeat that, and then you have collision. It's really a simple thing to fancy about. This is to get you understanding the basic of Python and programming. You go down, you can't go down. Go up, you can't go all up. Let me move these guys a little. They're a little too close to the screen. Oops. Don't want them too close to the ball when it's bouncing back and forth. And every time you change the code, you have to close and reopen. Perfect. Now ball. Move ball. We'll make some new variables. Ball underscore velocity underscore x equals 1. Ball underscore vel underscore y underscore velocity underscore y equals 1. It's positive. And ball underscore vel, which is just relative speed, is 2. Alright. While true in main, which is always called, this is the forever loop, basically, if you know Scratch. While true, ball, remember ball, dot x plus equals, when we did before, this time there's no if statement, ball dot x. And I take this, copy it, make it a y. So now it's always going to move in that. See? Moving like that, but there's no collision, and nothing happens when it hits the bottom there. I believe it was called random. Remember random? I think we called from before. Dot choice. And you can take 2 variables. Take these 2 variables. Pretty sure this is how you did it. There are many ways to do random in Python. But I think that was, yeah, that's it. Every time you open it, it's a new value. Well, it's supposed to be working. Yeah, there it is. if and collision, ball hits paddle. If ball dot, and remember, all pygame.recs have these. All of them have these. They have these like list of things: the bottom, the center, clip. For this one, we're doing collide. Excuse me. Collide, rect, and we do this. Open parentheses. Then we need to enter the rect value. So paddle, pong. Where did I name it pong? Why did I name it paddle? Alright. Then we need to set it to negative. We need to multiply by the ball bell so that it's moving at the constant speed of the ball bell. Right, so 1 times 2, which is 2, just going to be 2. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2, so it's just speed, really. Then ball dot bell x multiply equals. So now instead of minus equal, change by this. It's multiply equal negative 1, so put them opposite. By the way, for statements, it has to be under. If it's not indented, it doesn't. Python's weird like that. Other programs don't do that, but you know, it's just the way it is. And part 2, the same thing, the x. Remember the x value. Just try it out. Boom, see? But it's not really bouncing. Okay. Another thing that should happen is the val. That should become random. The y should become random. Whether it goes up or down should be random. Also, anything a ball hits walls. No. What's it called? Ceiling. Ceiling and floor. If ball dot x, no, y becomes less than 0, then all let's do is ball dot x, y multiply equals negative 1. Same thing for the ball and ball dot height becomes greater than the entire screen height. Becomes greater than the entire screen height multiplied by negative 1. Okay, so it should be working out. And now you made pong. Now if the code is exactly the same, make sure to check it over. But there's a problem. Extend the screen, doesn't do anything. So now let's have score. Score 1 equals 0. So every game, set the scores to 0. The comments are added just to keep track of what's going on. So you know this is for moving pongs, and it's indented for pong 1, indented for pong 2, and this is for new ball. Remember to indent everything you want to draw, you put in here. Everything you want to draw. Then we put that in. You should have a comma. Make sure it's the same, looks exactly the same as the one going at the edge. If it's not the same, we'll get messed up. It's weird like that. Okay. Now give me a second. Bear with me. Score underscore text is PG dot, depending on the font, S underscore font dot render. What's this? S dot font dot render. Yeah. Do this. Now, because we have a variable, we need to put an F, then parentheses for the words score. And then player 1. Also, S dot font, this is the size. This is if it's bulk or not, and this is if it's Arial. there's many different font types, but like the base fonts are you can see the medium 35, big 50. This is what I put. You don't have to name it. You can change the size. Bold, if it's bold, set it to 1. Color, set it to white. Score text. Now the screen needs to blend, as in draw. And this is when you draw this one. Surface, remember the surface is the window. Now it's the screen. Coordinates, parentheses. Wait, hold on. No, that's the score text. Surface is the score text. Score text. Now where's it going to be? At Y, which is high up. And 10 is also high left. Take all this. Score 2. Change it to 2. Change it to 2. And change it to the entire screen with minus. So a little tricky, bear with me. The entire score to text dot get underscore width. Remember how I said all rectangles have different values you can do? Same with text, same with font at render. I can get the width, and then I can do minus 10. Change this to game objects. Okay. I think we used. We didn't actually use score in score 2. Okay, now it's actually getting the text. Alright. To actually add, when it's a variable, you want to draw into this regular text, you gotta do this. Score 2. You gotta use curly brackets, not circular, not square, curly. Let's see. Boom, it's working. Alright. Wunderbar. Finally, score. If ball.x becomes greater, less than 0, ball.x plus ball.width becomes less than 0. Then score 2 is equal to 1. Ball.x plus ball.width becomes greater than screen width. And scored 1. That means the other guy scored. Hold on. Ooh, okay. So it's working, but we just need to reset it. When ball.x equals just this. Ball.x equals this. Ball.y equals this. You can add commas to like define to do different things. This is defining this, and this is defining this, separated by commas. We just have the same thing here. The last thing is to make the y and x's random. Hold on, the indent is random. Let me fix this. Oh my gosh. It's so weird. Now every time a response will be random. I'll score. Hopefully, if this video does well, I might teach how to do like I score. If video does well, I'll teach how to do AI. So you playing with someone instead of playing with yourself. Or no, playing with yourself instead of playing with someone. You're just stuck there. Good scored though. Yeah, no, ooh, it's a bit of a glitch. Make it stuck like that. try to fix that. At the moment, we're only stuck to 2 colors. So, you know, in the future, I'm gonna try to find a way to like add more color. Yeah, that's it. Oh, dang. Wait, what? When I went down, it didn't like do anything. It's most peculiar. It went down. You'll see that. That was a clutch. It's weird. It's very weird. I've never seen that before. I don't know why this is in. Am I seeing things? Yeah, no. And now it's just gone. Oh my god. Oh, plus. I did and. It's not and, it's plus. And it's for 2 different statements. My mistake. Okay, so if you had that glitch, I'll just watch the end and yeah, it gets fixed. Okay. It's fixed now. Bye. Have a good day.